right, everybody, welcome back. Today is a new day, and yesterday we worked on getting the driver's side seat out. Dad is currently putting on the carburetors back on. We got the correct size nuts, and I'm going to be draining the oil out and taking the filter off, possibly the transmission fluid and the oil pump. So, yep, that's pretty much what I'm gonna be doing. I don't know if you can't really see that, but there's the filter.
So one of the things that I read was that you might have to take the clutch slave back off the transmission to get that filter housing off. So just keep that in mind. You might be able to do it without taking it off, but it's a tight fit. You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
But you have to be super careful because there's a rod in there that you don't want to move around when that slides out. I would try doing it, try to get it off without removing it.
What did he say? I think it's possible.
There's a little bit of room.
Actually, no. There's no way.
You don't think so?
No way. There's a nut, and there's a bolt way in the back corner right here.
Oh, that's the oil pump.
Right. No, that's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah. Well, this has to come off,
right,
and this has to come off.
Yeah.
And so you're saying that you can't get to those with this here?
I don't think so.
Okay. So take these two bolts out.
Yeah.
And slide this out very carefully.
Yeah. Well, should I just take this off first?
If you can. If that'll come off first, then you can maybe reassess.
It doesn't look like it's gonna want to come out.
It should just undo that, and then it should come down.
Sounds good.
That's it?
Yeah.
Let me see it. Because that might be you want this big wrench. Do you need an extension? Or?
Shouldn't. Oh, wow. It's pretty tight.
This is where you tell it. I'm not asking.
Okay.
Careful, all oil's coming off.
Fuck it! That's a lot of damage.
I am covered in oil.
Hey, that's going to make for good content. Well, you weren't asking.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of forgot the fact that there was going to be a lot of liquid on the other side of that one. Lovely.
Okay, starting to rebuild the water pump. TR7 water pump repair kit from the Wedge Shop. This is the pump. I've apparently lost the washer that goes on here at some point, but this is a left-hand thread, so you have to tighten it to remove it, and I bent that as I was taking it out, but luckily there's another one that's right here. There's two O-rings on this that they look pretty well shot. And then to disassemble this, to figure out how to get that out of there. I probably should have had penetrating oil on that thing, but no, I didn't think of that. That might work. That's not good. Well, that's not good.
That's a lot of damage!
Oh, there we go. It's moving. There it goes. That does not look great.
I don't even know if you can get it off even if that thing comes off.
All right, got the next two things off. This is pretty shot, and I bent that up a little bit. Hopefully I can deal with that. Now I got to get this sort of clip off of here to get the bearing off. Ah, look at that. Cut the sort clip off. There's the bearing, and actually it looks pretty good. But we'll put a new one on it. And that's the rest of the shaft that I gotta clean up and prep. That's kind of the way it came apart. Hopefully we got all the same pieces to put back on it. All right, let's take these, get them cleaned up. All right, we're putting on the carburetors. Fit this second carburetor on, and then put the new bolts that we just got for it on. These studs are 5/16 fine thread. So I got some new stainless nuts and block washers. Where's our littlest shop inspector? Gibson. Here's our littlest shop inspector. What are you doing, bud? Everything going all right? Up to your satisfaction? Okay. I can see where it's easier to put these carbs on the intake manifold outside of the car. It's super tight in here. Try to get your fingers in. I can't imagine trying to do it. Good Lord, this one is way in there. There's a certain pressure to try to do this while the camera's rolling.
Yeah.
You've got smaller fingers than me. Maybe you can get your fingers on there. See that stud right there where my finger is? Can you get one of those on there? All right, I'm gonna fit the thermostat on here. Might as well get that kind of out of the way.
Can you, Alright, so after that completely botched attempt, well, it wasn't an attempt, but taking the plug off and draining the oil, now we can take try to take the filter off. This is surprisingly not tight. There's a plunger in it.
What's that?
There's like a plunger in it.
It should, like, maybe take that screw out of the end and then maybe unscrew the housing from the engine.
Well, I'm like pulling on the screw and it has like a spring in it.
Yeah, does that come out?
No.
Okay, can you?
Oh wait, maybe. Oh,
Jeez.
okay.
Oh, there you go. Good. That's good, yeah.
All right. All right. Let's see if we can get this thing off and not make a giant mess. I think it will not come out. Well,
What?
definitely not gonna come out.
It's not.
Nope. There's whatever is inside of this thing, it's gotta come out. That thing has to come out. So, wait, so this thing has to come straight out?
Just pull it straight out.
I can't.
Okay, so this is out, which is good. If you can just slide that back in there and kind of see, this is what we don't want to come out of here because we'll never get it back in.
Well, I think it's out.
No, it's not. It flops around. It's supposed to do that.
Okay.
That's what pushes the throw out, the fork in there for the throw out bearing.
Okay, well, so that's the filter and the pump out. Alright, so here's the filter in all of its glory. So I'm going to take this apart and clean it up because it needs it.
Alright, and I'm going to try to put together a water pump. It's all cleaned up. Oh, okay, so I did watch this on the video. This cotter pin, when it comes out, this plunger will come out with a spring behind it. So you gotta just be careful of that. There you go. Just watch out it doesn't pop up. I don't know if it will or not, but that's actually not good because that's supposed to just pop right out. Be careful, don't do that because you might damage that. Well, how are we gonna get that out?
Okay, so this sort of just comes out. Pretty sure this was supposed to come out. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Well, that's apart now. Okay, well, I managed to get the plunger thing out of this with a paintbrush.
Okay, pull that out, see what happens. We can just, okay, good job. There you go, you got it.
So we've got that, and then we've got all these pieces that were in that. There's the actual plunger piece.
Okay, I got the bearing on, and the circlip is on. This rubber seal over the bearing, and then this little.
Okay, cotter pin is back in. Okay, so here it is all put back together with all of the new O-rings. Oop, all the new O-rings on there, and I had to look to see how it goes back on the car, but it looks like I'm gonna be putting it like this. Yeah, so it goes in like this. So we're gonna put that back in there.
Trying to follow the instructions here. Nothing's really labeled.
I'm going to be draining the oil out and taking the filter off, possibly the transmission fluid and the oil pump. So, we're gonna put this back in. Alright, so let's move that out of the way. Okay, let's put this. Oh, what the heck is that? That's gross. Well, when I was doing the videos at the beginning, I was playing this game where you actually have to build a car like from scratch, and you have to do all this stuff on the computer. It's easier in some ways, but it's a lot cleaner.
It's a lot cleaner. Yeah.
But it was actually, other than the actual physical part, it was actually harder to do the stuff in the game. Well, I'd say that's back on there.
Hell yeah, brother.
4 bolts nice and tight.
Yeah.
Oh, is there no O-ring on it? You have to maybe look up inside there and see if there was some.
Where does that go? Like, what?
That blue valve cover gasket, or valve cover off, and just put it in a bag and bring it to your uncle. Let him Sam lost him, so we can pay him.
The valve cover gasket?
The valve cover, the blue valve cover.
Oh, you want to take that off?
Yeah, we'll take that off. Not right in a second, but and then we'll paint the two the same color, right? So they'll kind of that same blue.
Yeah. Just took the plug for the transmission fluid, and that doesn't look good. Oh yeah.
What?
It's off. Man, that thing looks jank.
What does jank mean?
Like, I don't know, crummy, gross. I like the seal.
Oh yeah. So they've tried to just put
Yeah.
silicone on it, which
Yeah.
we won't do. But
That looks pretty good.
yeah, I mean,
Because that's what the camshaft, right?
that's the camshaft, exactly. Yep. And it looks pretty decent in here.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
This might be a little loose.
Here's the old gasket on the top of that, covered in silicone. But we got a new one of these, so. You wanna come sit?
Come here.
All right, just sit. Can you sit? Sit. Good boy.
Yes, good boy.
All right, guys. So we're doing the outro. Today was another pretty busy day. We got a good amount of stuff done. Was able to get the oil filter out, the oil pump, and drain all that old gross oil that was in there originally, and took the top of the valve cover off, and that's what I did today.
Yeah, I rebuilt the water pump, and you rebuilt the oil pump.
Yeah.
So and then you put that back in.
Yeah.
Water pump's not back in yet, but it will be soon. And then try to get those stuck bolts out of where the seat was. They're still stuck, so
That'll probably be a good couple days of soaking that thing in.
yeah. Found a bolt holding the transmission on that was backed all the way out.
Yeah.
So need
So
to get a nut for the end of that to bolt that back in, but luckily we found that, so that's
Yeah.
good.
But it is a little concerning that I was able to pull on it.
Right.
So
And drain the transmission fluid, which the fluid looked good, but
I didn't even see the fluid.
yeah, fluid looked really nice actually. And then, but you'll have to show them
Yeah, they'll see
metal. Yeah, right.
Yeah, and obviously you saw the way the bolt looked with all the metal shavings on it. So I don't know if that's something we need to be concerned with, but
We'll find out when we go to drive it
Yeah.
someday.
Other than the fact that I feel like there's way more miles on this car than
Right.
It should be.
Right.
So that
It's
set.
almost like it's 132,000 miles.
Like it went over the limit,
Right.
and so now it reset, and it's got the 32,000.
But if they did, I mean,
Like it's weird how there's like you've got like, you know, a nut, like that top cover had like two
the
different
valve cover had
yeah,
different bolts on it, different nuts.
Yeah.
Had RTV underneath it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just seems.
It's very odd.
The shop inspectors were involved a little bit, and they
They were not impressed.
no, not impressed at all.
I don't think we're getting paid for this weekend.
No, I don't think so. I was kind of hoping to get some overtime, but I don't think that's happening. But yeah, so anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you on the next one.
Alrighty.
Deuces.
All right, bud. Come on. You want to go in?